Change the schedule just a wee bit, so I am going to have the distinct honor of saying a few words about our other honoree tonight, Newark Mayor Raz J. Baraka. Raz J. Baraka is the 40th mayor of the city of Newark. He is a native of Newark whose family has lived in the city for more than 70 years. Since taking office in 2014, Mayor Baraka's progressive approach to governing has won him accolades ranging from grassroots organizations to the White House. His commitment to reducing crime in Newark, reimagining public safety, tackling the city's housing crisis, and developing innovative and community-driven approaches to eliminating income inequality have solidified his status as one of the country's most progressive elected officials. Educated in the Newark Public Schools, Mayor Baraka holds degrees from Howard University and St. Peter's University, is the son of the late Amiri Baraka, a legendary poet and playwright, and Amina Baraka, herself a renowned poet. He is a published author and well regarded in the entertainment industry for his appearance on the Grammy Award-winning album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Give it up for that. And that was in his authentic role as an educator. In fact, the first voice heard on the album is that of then 8th grade teacher Raz Baraka. This recognition tonight is about his visionary leadership to tackle homelessness in New Jersey's largest city. And perhaps it all boils down to this. Mayor Baraka declared that a key pillar of his administration would be to end chronic homelessness. Consequently, there is now a strategic plan to end chronic homelessness, titled The Path Home, which charts the course toward that goal. In the immediate wake of COVID, Mayor Baraka established the Mayor's Office of Homeless Services, first led by our friend and former Bridges colleague Sakina Hoyt, now led, we can give her applause for sure, and now led by our tremendous partner, Luis Ulario. In those early scary days, the mayor took bold steps, including standing up 2 hotels for his most vulnerable residents, one for quarantine and isolation, and the other as a non-congregate shelter. Since then, his administration has developed the Miller Street Pathways to Housing Shelter, the highly regarded Hope Village 1 and 2, developed from shipping containers, a robust street outreach program, which we are immensely proud to partner on, and which is about to become the first 24/7 street outreach program in New Jersey. A new drop-in center in the works, a mere block from Newark Penn Station, which will also provide 24/7 access to homeless services, homelessness prevention services, harm reduction, health care, and more. And just a few months ago, the city of Newark announced a year-over-year reduction in unsheltered homelessness of 57.6%. Big things are happening in Newark, and Mr. Mayor, we are grateful for your leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, Newark Mayor Raz J. Baraka.
We are very thankful for Bridges, that's for sure. One, because of the work you've done and are doing in this city with us, because of Sakina Hoyt, who I think fundamentally transformed the way we looked at homelessness in the city. And one of the things I can remember she said to me was, myself, and many folks in Newark tried our best to make people feel comfortable as they slept on the street. But what we should have been doing is figuring out how people couldn't sleep on the street. And, it almost sounds logical and common sense, but you don't think of it that way, because when most people try to help folks that are, as they say in London, rough sleeping, they're out in the street sleeping on the street, you try to help them to make yourself feel better, as opposed to helping them because they need help and providing opportunity and housing for them. And it's fundamentally changed the way we began to look at how we address homelessness here in the city of Newark, made us appreciate the partners who do the work every day in this town, and trying to support them to support us, because ultimately I really don't deserve this award. I'm not on the homeless outreach team. I'm not outside talking to people on the street every day. It is not me who are building these incredible Hope Villages 1 and 2, or physically putting together the opportunity for us to establish Miller Street new shelter, or all of the other things that we've been able to do, the drop-in center. These are hardworking people in our homeless services office who think about these things every single day. All I do is clear a pathway for them and give them the opportunity to do the things that they know they should be doing anyway. I'm just a cheerleader and a bulldozer at best, right? So I just clear out the pathways and move the obstacles so they could do the things that they should be doing, and they're doing a hell of a job for the city of Newark. They're making me look good. They make a lot of people around here look good. We probably don't deserve it, but they're doing an awesome, awesome job. And I always say thank you to the outreach team, because that outreach team is incredible. And if you want to know why the 57% number is that way, just talk to the outreach team, because they're doing a hell of a job. Lastly, that's why we're expanding. Went to 24 hours. We're adding more people. In fact, I sat just now and said, when are we going to get downtown? We want to put more people on the outreach team. I think that's a model. When people call me from around the world, not the country, the world, to talk about homelessness, I always highlight the outreach team that we have here in the city of Newark, because that is the thing that has fundamentally and definitively changed about how we were delivering homeless services in the city then versus now. The outreach team is great. One last story about them. I was downtown. Sometimes I set up a bus in the kind of worst parts of the city, and I have my office services or office time outside. And I chose to be downtown one day. And there was this guy who was having a mental episode. He had his clothes off, almost completely naked, almost cursing and spitting, and he yelled at our officers, right? There was 2 police officers. He yelled at them in their face. And I was afraid for him at that time, knowing what happens in cities like ours when things like that take place. But I was so proud of our police officers because they did absolutely nothing, right? But they did do one thing. They called the Office of Homeless Services, right? And the Office of Homeless Services showed up. They had a cop of their own with them who just walked around. They talked to this guy, and I don't know, magically he was with them going somewhere in a truck, in a van, and getting off of the scene. And I sat there dumbfounded, like, wow, we could have been doing this for 20 years. It's just a miracle of how our ingenuity meets purpose, meets committed young men and women who have the desire to help us improve this city. They came together at that time and made sure that gentleman found a place so he could get help, because there could have been a tragic end to that story. We could have had police officers that responded in a different way, that could have had him on the street, and you would have seen videos on TV and phones, and I would be telling a different story tonight. But by God's grace, I get to tell a story that has an incredible ending, that has a beautiful ending, that makes us believe that humanity is possible in America, and it's possible in the city of Newark because of the folks at our outreach services here. And there's the big fella over there, not Lewis, I'm talking to the big fella who runs our homeless services right there. Stand up and say hello to everybody, man. Come on, stand up and say hello to everybody. Yeah. Isaiah, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you, Bridges.